Hi there, I'm Amanda Cromhote from Truth. Welcome to the Blind Loyalty Challenge. We interview world experts in loyalty blindly. We're hoping to create insight, spontaneity, and a lot of fun through the challenge. The challenge is about promoting the blind loyalty trust, and my book called Blind Loyalty, 101 Loyalty Concepts Radically Simplified. All profits from the book go towards the trust. We hope you enjoy the Blind Loyalty Challenge. So I absolutely love doing the Blind Loyalty Challenge because it's an excuse to speak to amazing, amazing loyalty humans around the world. And today is no different. So I'm speaking to Fernando Cia, and he is the CTO of Dotters, which is obviously the infamous coalition program of Viva Aerobus in Mexico. So thanks for being with us, Fernando.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
You were tagged by Patricia from the OXO brand, and I met both of you in Hyderabad quite recently at the LJI CAB. So it was absolutely wonderful, and you all got a taste of the live blind loyalty challenge, so you know exactly what it's about. And in fact, my first question to you is from the live blind loyalty challenge in Hyderabad when Paula Romanini from FEMSA asked the following question. So I've saved this one for you. What are the advantages and disadvantages of using tiers in a loyalty program?
Okay, that's a good question. First of all, I would like to say that mainly loyalty, it's about generating personalization, generating something that it's custom, that it suits you, that it applies to your lifestyle, to the way you spend, of your interests, and tiers help you a lot with that. So when you tier a loyalty program, it gives also a little bit of gamification, like how you get to the tier. So it generates, it builds like expectation, it builds a little bit of engagement. It also builds up a little bit of differentiation between all of your customers. It also helps you like segment your program and give your members something to be expecting to, like something they can aspire to. The first thing that I would think about tiers, it also gives you a sense of belonging, like a sense of belonging to a select group, to a select segment of the members, to get some unusual perks or get some benefits that a lot of people don't have. And that creates a lot of engagement for a lot of people. And when I think of disadvantages, I think it's a disadvantage when your tier doesn't apply to any of your customers. Like you think of it as something too complicated to get, or something too hard to get, and when people get it, doesn't perceive that they are getting like the same value that they gave to you, like maybe they had to spend a lot of time on you or in your program, spending or making a lot of effort to, I'm not going to this establishment or to this partner because I have to go to the other one because it gives me qualifying points or tier points or whatever you need to get to that tier. And they are making, some of them, a lot of effort to get it, and when they get it, they don't see the benefit of it, and that can become really hard on them, and you can lose those members entirely. So that's I think the other side of the coin, like if you create that benefits or make them easy to get them or make them very tangible to your members, that will create engagement. And that's the basic, that's the whole goal of a loyalty program, to engage your customers.
Totally. And if they go through all that effort to get to that next aspirational tier and then it's not worth it, it's like devastating.
Yeah, and when you also have an ecosystem program, how it's been recently called. When I started here, I we all knew it as a coalition program.
Mm.
You also have to think in tiers that benefit not only your your high spending customers or your only flying customers, because uh, it's not for everyone, you know, maybe the flight, for example, here in Daughters, we have a very exclusive fare so that's the thing that gives you the more value for your points. But a
Yeah.
lot of people sees it as you know, like the goal or the redemption that they want to get to. But maybe they are co-brand users, maybe they are bus users, and they don't fly that often. So what we've been thinking is, how can we tier also another segment, other members that are not flying that often, but they still see value in the
In
program,
the
you know?
program. Yeah.
So that's also something very important. You cannot only tier only a little segment of your members if you want to widen up and engage all of your customers. So you have to diversify the tiers. You have to uh, think of ways to engage more customers, more segments, without making it only exclusively for people that only fly or only have the
Yeah.
co-brand card, etc. So that's something very important as well.
Yeah, and you have the advantage of net seeing that from the coalition side. I mean, I feel like the last few folks I've interviewed have been in coalition, so I'm not going to ask you the question over does a coalition work? That's way too easy. I'm going to move to our second question, and there's several chapters in Blind Loyalty book around tech. Obviously, we can't run a loyalty program without tech, and you are the CTO, so I'm asking the right person. What is the one critical thing you look for in a partner and your tech side of the decision making for loyalty?
Okay, that's that's a good question. Um, when when you are on the technological side and you have to come up with integrations for a loyalty program, it's you you have two things. First of all, it's your business. You know, loyalty is your business. You are making business out of loyalty. So it's mostly, or most of the time, it's more important for you than for the partner, you know, because the partner sees you as a, you know, a more, another partner, another option for their members to redeem points, or
Yeah.
another option. So you are not their core business, you know, it's another
Mm.
partnership. But for us, for a loyalty program that dedicates to to get members and get more revenue, your goal is to have more partners. So it's oftenly it's more important for you to complete the partnership than
Yeah.
for the partner. So you have to provide the environment, the tools, the options for a technical or for a technological partnership. So I always look for you know, to be an enabler and not a stopper. So if my commercial team or my director tells me, okay, this is a partnership that it's good for us because it's giving us new members, revenue, marketing, you know, awareness. Maybe it's a partnership that it's not going to bring a lot of revenue, but it has 2,000 points of sales all around the country, and you want people to be aware that you are there and that you are present, then it gives you something else, you know, not only revenue. So if it is important, if it is relevant for the business, my job is to make it happen. So that's when a robust uh, technological platform comes
Mm.
in hand. Um, you have to be able to integrate with the most legacy and most technologically old bank, or with the most tech savvy
Yeah.
fintech. You know, you have to find a way to make it work because it's good for the business, and that's mainly my job.
I love what you said that you need to be an enabler, not a stopper. Like that we need to carve that into the wall somewhere because that's beautiful. I love it. Not only in systems and technology do we need enablers and not stoppers. We need
Yeah,
you
but
everywhere.
in the tech world, most of the time, so a lot of people have this like this idea that my IT teams always tell me that it's not possible, that it cannot happen, that they have to do the difficult side of it. And I will always like to think all the way around. We
Yeah,
have to be the ones that
yeah,
enable the business, enable the integration, the technological integration of our partners, and we have to make it work somehow. So
yeah,
we always come up with new ideas, with new ways of enabling the business. Or sometimes I'm not only relying on my on bot platforms. I also have a development team, and when there is nothing outside out of the box that we can just plug and play, we do it ourselves, like we develop it ourselves. So
nice.
there is never a no, we
Never a
always
no. I
we
love it.
always want to we always want to make it work.
There's another one. Never a no.
Exactly.
Okay, my third question. There are two chapters in Blind Loyalty, chapters 85 and 86 on fraud. What is the best way to combat loyalty fraud?
Okay. There's the first thing you have to be aware is that every day more and more um, fishy people is drawn to loyalty programs. It's
Yeah,
my audit team or my internal control team. It always tells me that loyalty platforms are money-making systems, and at first I didn't like that term, but at some point I understood it, and it's like it's true.
yeah,
So it's a way to make a lot of the points have gained a lot of value on the market, not only for members but also for fraudulent people, for perpetrators, so for cyber criminals. So they are always looking for a way to vulnerate it. They are always looking for a way to get advantage of it. So the first thing you have to keep in mind, it's like it's not a matter of when it's if it's going to happen to you. It's a matter of when it's going to happen to you.
yeah, yeah,
It's a time thing, like if it doesn't happen today, it's going to happen tomorrow. And the other thing that you have to be very aware of, it's like they are always going to be trying. If they couldn't do it today, they are going to try it tomorrow and the day after tomorrow and so on. So you have to always be aware that you always have to be one step, or at least try to be one step further, like you have to always be checking your trends, checking your monitors, checking your transactions, checking the way people is interacting with your program. And when you release a new functionality, you always have to think like they do. Like,
yeah,
okay, I have this new web page where you can transfer your points. How a cyber criminal could be exploiting this functionality?
yeah, yeah.
Before you release it, you have to always think as a cyber criminal before you release it. If you stop doing that, they will find a way to vulnerate it.
One of the very best podcasts I ever listened to was around loyalty fraud, where the team had as part of the conversation a ex-criminal who just spoke about this is how I approach it. This is what you've got to combat. I'm on your side now, but this is how they're going to think. It was utterly fascinating because we don't necessarily think like that. So unless I'm a secret criminal that I don't, no
No,
one knows.
yeah, and it happens to everyone,
Yeah,
like banks, retailers, loyalty
yeah,
programs. Not it's something
nothing
that
new.
you have to live with, that you have to embrace at some point,
Yeah.
and be prepared for when it comes, because it is going to come. It is going to happen. And it's also when they start trying to vulnerate you, you can also feel a little bit like good with yourself because you are doing it right, because you have a strong program, because you have a program that it's being seen by people, that it's being coveted by, your points are being valued.
Yeah.
And it's also a little bit of, like like they are telling you that you are in their minds, like your program is relevant.
Yeah,
But
totally.
you have to be prepared because they are always looking for ways to vulnerate that and take advantage of it.
You have to be one step ahead, of course. Amazing. We could chat all day. This is just super conversation. I love it. So I'm afraid it's coming to an end and you've sailed through. So my next challenge to you is think of a really challenging question for me to ask someone else.
Okay. Should I tell it now?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
So in coalition programs, it's when you start, it's like a little bit of like a romance, like starting a new relationship. So both parties are like really like into it and really engaged with the partnership, and they are going to, put everything on their side to make it work. But at some point after maybe 1 year, 2 years, it's very difficult for a loyalty program to demonstrate to the partner that they've added value to their customers. So how would you measure and um, to prove that partners that they are getting value from your loyalty program?
So it's from the coalition center to the partners.
Exactly, because at some point they always ask the question, oh, okay, how do I measure that my members are or my customers are spending more money or choosing me because I am partnered with you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
That's
I've got a wonderful person I'm going to ask that to who knows a lot about this area. So we're going to get that answered for you. I mean, we could all give our opinion, but let's leave it to the blind loyalty
yeah,
challenge.
I've through the 13 years I've been in loyalty. I have some ideas, but it's not easy. It's not
Not a
it's not
perfect
that clear.
science.
It's not that straightforward.
Yeah,
You have to be very creative to
yeah, yeah,
get
yeah,
that
and tenacious.
exact.
Okay, so Fernando, who would you like to tag for me to talk to on the blind loyalty challenge?
It would be very interesting for you to talk with Pablo Sordo, the director of Daughters in Viva. He is
Wonderful.
he's a very interesting person to talk about loyalty with.
Wonderful. He and I have chatted a couple of times, so I really look forward to bringing him onto the Blind Loyalty Challenge. Amazing. Fernando, I knew it was going to be a beautiful conversation. Thank you very much.
No, thank you. Thank you. Nice to be here.